Bakugou Katsuki. As an admirer of his beauty, you'd be staring at his face all the time. And in the beginning, he got all annoyed by the extra attention on him, and would blush seriously as you could feel your loving gaze on him. He'd ask you why I look at him so much, and you'd just say, "Nothing, you're just handsome." Boom boom boy actually had stopped working, but over time, he got accustomed to your attention. Soft smiles sent your way, and hearts brimming with love, and satiated feeling of affection being battled out by passionate kisses. But when you resort to just staring at him, he'd feel so flustered from the inside, as though a wave of butterflies were fluttering within him, as you could feel his heart rate increase. Everything was so warm and mellow, and Bakugou loved basking in the bliss that was your adoration and love to him. It made him feel a wave of emotions which he never would have thought he would feel just by your attention. But he really does love it, and would do anything for it. He would have no trouble by your attention as he continued to do his homework. And it came to a point that the baby would be all pouty because your attention towards him was missing. And sometimes, when he gets bored, he'd push all his work to the side and rest his chin over the palm of your hand and stare right back at you. It's a very rare occurrence, and it never fails to make you feel lightheaded. With the most indecipherable gaze, he stares right at you. Even before he could process what was happening, his palm would be underneath your chin, and as he ever so silently whispered the words, he zones out as he focuses on how the light on your face changes as each syllable is uttered out of your mouth, and your words, enmeshed with appreciation for him, are left unheard. But to be honest, words really don't matter in your bond. After all, a few glances of love were more than enough to convey your overwhelming feelings for each other. Tamaki Amajiki. He gets really flustered when you utter out the sweetest words to him. He's just dumbfounded, frozen in his spot. The fuse in his brain frequently blows up due to your overly sweet words. He tries to process them, but the poor baby really can't handle the compliments you give. He is a very blushy baby. He gets flustered by it, but he yearns to listen to more stuff from you. Regardless of how flustered he gets from your voice, he is greedy for your attention and constantly yearns for your wholehearted compliments. He'll try to approach you, and when you finally give him your attention, he hesitates and awkwardly looks away from your gaze. And when you grasp what he was requesting for, he loves to listen to you chuckle at his nervousness. And the way you say, "All you had to do was ask, my love," his lips slightly quiver in anticipation for what is going to come, and loves it when you collapse into his arms and pepper his skin with your loving pecks. He loves the fleeting feeling of your warm lips scattered across his face, as he feels the warmth of the previous one fade, around his cheek. He likes to be surprised by the feeling of your lips on his temple. He loves the anticipation for another kiss, as he feels your warmth and love, and a way to get him more anticipated and make him feel more loved. Stop giving kisses. and just admire the twinkling of his eyes underneath the light. It 100% brings a blush in his face as he smiles underneath you. And another extra way to surprise him? Right after you stop to admire his features, lean down to him and just whisper sweet nothings into his ear. He will melt into your touch and will clutch onto you like his life depends on it. He will be eternally grateful for your presence because you're not the sun, nor the sun eater. You're the sun eater's sunflower because you make him so happy. Shigaraki Tomura, passive-aggressive level 1000, will never tell you when he wants it, but whines a lot. A lot like this. Where is she? Get her to me. I'll crush you all if she isn't here in the next 5 minutes. The league will go bonkers, trying to meet his unreasonable needs, but will still do it for him, regardless of how many times he orders them to do it. And when you finally arrive, you're just greeted by awkward silence, and your cheerfulness has to make up for the underlying sense of hostility. He will avoid speaking to you like you're the plague itself, but the pleading look on his face says otherwise. He will not use his words, but Shigaraki Tomura will not hesitate to use his 10% puppy eyes and convince you to do what he wants you to. Shower him in the affection he yearns for. When you finally start doing it, he tries to put an upfront that he's quite annoyed by whatever you had to say, but on the inside, his heart is beating faster than light itself, but on the outside, he threatens to decay the whole place. And when you huff and begin grazing your hands across his scars, he eases into your touch almost instantly. There's just something so heavenly about it that he feels extremely satisfied. And when you start complimenting him and admiring him for how beautiful he is, you're just allured at how therapeutic you make it seem for him. Your voice lulls him to sleep as the pressure of your nails against his scalp aid too. It's a huge session of love, care, and affection, and although he'll never publicly admit it, he will literally do anything to garner your affection. This baby just wants to be cuddled and told how much people love him. He really appreciates sessions like this, from the bottom of his heart. Todoroki Shouto. He wants your attention. Scratch that. He needs that. And he'll get your attention by any means possible. He'll call your name out in front of everyone. He'll latch onto your apron while you're cooking. He'll poke your shoulder on a movie night. And when you finally give in, he can't help but feel a tingle of excitement coursing through his body. As much as he wants to listen to you praise him, he also thinks it's more of an intimate thing for the both of you. So, prefers this in absolute privacy, where he can be himself, and you don't have to hold back either. While asking for it, he looks like he maintains a perfectly aloof composure, but boy, when you actually start kissing him, his heart starts to palpitate. His breath gets shorter. He feels dizzy. In short, he absolutely cannot maintain his composure. He feels so lightheaded, as he feels the vibration of each syllable of appreciation against his quivering lips. It's euphoric. His left side acts up as he tries to fathom the sudden overwhelming sense of love for you. He genuinely feels so happy and would have the certain twinkle in his eye which will not disappear from his otherwise stoic expression. Whenever he's feeling down, he always comes to you for an emotional uplift. And whenever you sense him dejected in the corridors of the school, just a back hug, a small kiss of the cheek, and a few words of encouragement go a mile for him. He's not going to be smiley, but the aura around him just drastically changes whenever he feels confident about himself due to your love. The poor baby tries to reciprocate the compliments, but finds himself in a dilemma, and when it comes to it, he just awkwardly gawks. But you know he loves you. His searing touch against your skin and the hitching of his breath when he's around is more than enough to let you know that he is definitely into the game.